Hi everyone, this video will teach you how to use variables and formula in your Onshape drawings, so for dimensions. There is a guidance sheet for this that should be in the description below. If you want other CAD tutorial videos and lots of information and resources about physics A-level, again there should be a link in the description below. So the context for this is an electric kettle, so this is something that my students needed to do this year. So I've drawn that already, and there should be some videos describing that on my YouTube channel. What we're going to focus in on is the electrical switch down here. So I've set this up to animate, and we can see that that's going up and down there rather pleasingly, and we can see that moving up and down. So it's a simple little switch, and that's what we're going to focus on for the variable construction today. So let's look at that up here. So this is simple sketch, 14 mils by 28 mils. That is absolutely fine. If you know the dimensions, you could just put those in and that would work fine. However, if you want to use a variable or a formula, then we're going to do that instead. So go to the main toolbar up here and you'll need to search for variable, and there is variable there, so click on that. And we need to define this. I'm going to call this, give it a name, width. I'm going to call that 14 millimeters, and it should default to millimeters. And there we go. So I've defined this variable, and I can use that throughout the drawing in this page. Importantly, and this is quite an important point, if that is below the sketch, it will not work. So presumably the computer's reading through these in a kind of linear way. So you need to move that up to above the sketch. So now we have the variable above sketch 1. So now you will be able to use it. So I called this dimension 14 millimeters. So now I'm going to rename that width. You need to do hashtag and then width, and that should automatically come up as 14. And you might think, well, what's the point of that? Because I could just have put 14 in. But if you had multiple different parts which all had the same or similar sections, you could just put them all as 14 and then go back to your variable and change that to any other one you want, and that will change all the multiple parts. So in this case, there's no real need for it. This is just to illustrate how you'd use it. Also, we can do formula or calculations with that variable. So I want this to be 28, which is 2 times the width. So what I could do here is do hashtag width, and I want that multiplied. So this is going to be shift 8, so multiplied by 2, so that's the asterisk rather than the X, and then hopefully that will be 28. And again, this is quite useful because if I always want the switch length or the straight section of the length to be double the width, then if I change the width, this will automatically be double that. So if I accept that and go back to my width here, and let's say I change this to 12 millimeters, then that should automatically change the width. Let's go back to sketch 1. That is now 12 and that's now 24. So again, for a simple single drawing like this, there isn't a lot of benefit or any need to do that. But if you had more complex applications with multiple parts, then this could be quite useful. And we can see that, obviously accept that, we'll go back to the assembly, then that should have made this smaller and adjusted it accordingly. And I think it's moved, I need to realign the center point there to get it in the middle, but we can see that it's changed size. Okay, so really simple. So this is how to use variables and formula in Onshape dimensions. As I said before, if you want the guidance sheet that goes with this video, see the description in the link below.